4, 3, 2, 1.
Not really the best save from the allies here.
So he's going to need to go BKB at some point, but then at least the nice part is that he does have that Bane Nightmare to interrupt things a little bit, and that should allow him to get the BKB off. But the question is DJ going to get enough to like sort of not just get blown up, right? Like what happens if DK just dumps DJ in the backlines? It could get a little bit scary.
Well, I mean, they've done this before, right? They had the same combo, Jazz Prophet, Death Tide, and Truant on the Storm when they defeated Elephant. It was a shaky game. It came down to like a 40-minute team fight or something, around 35 minutes where they managed to take it, and then they finally had like the massive lead.
Right.
So maybe we'll see them kind of slow roll this one after that initial sort of like group up and push that you can do with the Nature's Prophet. And yeah, I look forward to seeing what Jabs does, because Jabs also went for a Spirit Vessel into Aghanim's on the support Prophet last time with the Shard there too. So obviously one of the best parts about Nature's Prophet is that you can always call audibles with your item build, right? You're never locked into anything at all. Mech is really cheap these days too, which is kind of cool, because the Mech Prophet used to be pretty nice, but then it got a little too expensive. So I would say that's like Mech's still viable. I think Drums is probably still viable. Orchid builds are still viable. Necronomic. Oh,
what?
See, I'd see Necronomicon.
No, it's not. I mean, it's viable, but
it's definitely viable.
doable.
If you guys can find one, grab it, please.
Really
if you want to
good.
wait for Book of the Dead, you know, I heard there was a Book of the Dead that really stole the show for Sunsfan and Synderen.
I think that part of that was just because Sunsfan was hating on Book of the Dead so
Sorry,
hard.
Synderen, you mean?
Yeah,
Yes.
okay, that's
Yeah,
fair.
Yeah.
True.
But I heard there was like screaming. I think the construction workers in the arena were terrified. They didn't understand what Book of the Dead was, and this madman was just like,
The Necronomicon.
"It's doing it, the Book of the Dead!"
That's so good. I love that.
They thought he'd like dusted off some tome upstairs in the arena.
Some forgotten lore.
He was a warlock summoning some golem. Warlock.
That's another hero gone. Unbelievable.
Hasn't been picked yet, I don't think.
But in Atomic War, really good. That's where you need to get it. All right, all you fine folks out there, Dota fans, we've got a great game getting ready to get underway as soon as we get the Disruptor back into this one. Fnatic versus Team Secret.
Now,
Game number 1.
I'm not saying I have the hero predictions over on my monitor, but
okay.
if I did, who do you guys think would be the player with the highest total magic or pure damage done to heroes by 10 minutes?
That is 10 minutes is a rough one.
And it's magic or pure, so you got to think about like who has that annoying magic damage in the laning stage.
Dude,
Because sometimes
legitimately, it
if
could
someone
be
throws
Bane.
out, I feel like it's probably Storm with like.
You know what though? This is the other thing. Is
What
does
if
it
there's like
take
a
into-
Nature's Prophet ulti by 10 minutes though? That's
Does
a lot
it
of
take
magic
into
damage.
consideration damage reduction? That's the real question, right? Because if it does take into consideration magic damage or damage reduction, then like, you know, Bane gets a big boost there.
Lose together, win together, slay together.
See what I'm saying?
True. But will he even have that many points by 10 minutes? And will he have used it that many times? I feel like it's always the annoying laning stage. The only thing that concerns me is some weird Jabs ulti by 10 minutes. 'Cause that's a lot of damage from Nature's Prophet.
Right,
It's like Zeus, right?
You're going to have to sort this one out, man. It's a tough
I
life
only have
for
a minute
you.
and 6 seconds.
Oh, no.
Okay,
Rough
right.
stuff. Well, back to the series, you know, this tournament that's happening.
Dude, this is the tournament. It's the predictions.
Yeah,
this is important.
It's all the important one, exactly. We just scout this out. Oh, Zai, did he break the smoke? Oh, man. DJ barely breaking the smoke there on Zai as they were going for the full 5-man wraparound. They will get the D-ward, though, so that's at least some salvation there. Team Secret. That's actually pretty good for them, if we're going to be honest. And gets down this ward as well to scout out the stacks.
30 seconds to battle.
But yeah, again, the sort of stakes for these two teams right now and what they're facing off against Fnatic, very unlikely, but there is a small possibility that if they lose their games and then, of course, some bad stuff happens between SG and Quincy Crew, that they could be eliminated in the group stage. Very low percentage, but it's possible. And Secret looking to try and secure the upper bracket. If they win the games here today, they'll be on the same pedigree as Vici and almost guaranteed to be through in the upper bracket. But we do have the Bounty Rune exchange, and it looks like it's going to be 3 starting off for Team Secret. Not bad.
So Fnatic at the start there did do some scouting with these treants, trying to figure out what's going on with the wards and everything, and they have determined that there's no ward mid for Nisha here on the DK. So we'll see if Choyan's able to use that to his advantage. And YapzOr still holding one of the obs up top. The other one, though, as you can see, very deep inside that Dire jungle. So keeping an eye on the stacks as well as the potential rotations from the Bane. But of course, you expect that he's going to have to babysit Raven quite a bit. So to me, this mostly just looks like a stacks issue.
Yeah, most likely there. And you can see a lot of pressure being put on already for DJ. But likewise, with the Brain Sap, can shove that back right onto YapzOr. But this off-lane IO, you want to talk to me a little bit about this and why people have been so stoked about it and what the sort of thought process is?
All right, so off-lane IO. Basically, you grab yourself a mech. All right, it's pretty sick. And that, mech's cheap. Boom, I solved it for you guys.
Sick, dude.
Do you guys need any more?
Good item.
Yeah. Mech's really bust. I think Seb was the one who everyone was talking about coming into it, where he played like 12 games straight or something. And I believe OG did actually show that off in one of their games too. So it's it's here. It's Zai. I know he's tried before to get some of the support heroes into that off-lane role. He really wants Witch Doctor. I can very specifically remember that, and I will always look forward to that being an eventual play. But he says it's too bad, and he's right. But someday, guys, we'll get there.
One day. We can dare to dream. But at least for now, we've been able to get IO played in the position 3 main stage. I feel like this is a hero that's been played in almost every role now, it feels like. But still going to provide a ton of power and potential ganking opportunities. Is DJ trying to get a pull off? Not going to happen, though.
I wanted to see what Seb did out of curiosity. He had a 6-minute locket into Soul Ring into a 13-minute mech. Of course, I don't get to see the rest of his items because they won the game at 19 minutes versus Team Undying. So
that's wild.
You can tell it went pretty well.
Yeah.
For them.
Middle tower is under attack.
Who is that against again? One more time.
A Team Undying.
Okay, got it. Yeah, and of course afterward they're able to even up the series 1-1. That was the perhaps most surprising thing that was going on over on the side of Group A. Is just the strength of Undying and what they've been able to do throughout this opening group stage event, as we see Matamba Man throw out a quick little stun there onto death and keeping the pressure on this Tidehunter. And that did open up with the wave pushing in, a slight little side pull action.
Yeah. Jabs, of course, utilizing the support Nature's Prophet. He has been doing some shenanigans with the Treants. He was like blocking up the camps on the first minute, but now we do have the camp spawn, but of course, just because they're there doesn't mean you're going to get to use them. You can see what he's doing. He's just like sending Treants in to ensure that the Vools are locked in that small camp and there won't be a pull down.
Up top, Zai drops down fairly low.
I love how he's harassing Puppey down here because he's using the Treant where Puppey has to fight it and he's still dealing with the Vool, so he's just, look how much damage Puppey took. That was mostly the Vools. Right. And of course he still has the debuff on, so he's missing all of that tango because of the small camp.
Yeah, it's a ton of pressure, and only the one tango left. Meanwhile, Sven doesn't have any regen. They have 2 sets of tangos and a salve on MP, and if they could have sniped this courier, actually it doesn't even have any regen on it there. So bottom might be running out of regen pretty soon on the old Radiant side, as Raven takes a little bit of a beating by YapzOr and Zai together. But so far, so good for Fnatic across the lanes. Take a look at this. They're up. Not looking too bad.
It's insane to think these Treants used to do like 10 more damage, and Puppey is still just struggling this hard. You know what I mean? They have so much health. Like, what can you actually do?
I mean, as a disruptor, not a whole hell of a lot.
No.
That's for damn sure.
And he's like spamming Thunderstrike on it, but at this point he's got to be like, this just isn't worth it. Like, he's got 2 mangoes left, and at least he has the stick, but the Nature's Prophet, it's working at full force, and once again looks to be going for that urn. Also, of course, you can help with the runes.
Nicely played. Gonna be there.
Oh, that's so sneaky too. And he sends the trees into the bounty rune and denies it up top there. So it takes that away from Nisha, who has an empty bottle right now.
I mean, at the very least, it's a DK, so it's not like, as bad as some of these other heroes that sort of need to have that rune for the HP regen.
It'll hurt his farming though. He can't spam as many breathe fires now.
Exactly, and that's going to be an annoying part to it. So a really good play there from Jabs. As up top, Zai and YapzOr keeping some amount of pressure onto Raven, although he's been pretty much free farming on this one. And it feels like it's just more a static lane where Zai and YapzOr are maybe getting outlasted a little bit because of the low base damage that they've got.
Yep, they're surviving though, getting levels, getting some points into spirits. He will eventually make his way there to the dangerous IO life. The Absol just feeling very confident walking around here. Like, what is the punish on a Pango here, right? The only way he dies is if he basically messes up a swashbuckle. DJ, can he actually get this courier snipe? Oh, nicely done.
Well played.
Radiant's courier
Yeah,
has
knew that
been
one was
killed.
coming, I guess, and makes the movement over. Tries to get some harassment. DJ
Oh, no.
has the brain sap, the turnaround. Actually went aggressively there, though, and now Jab's making the rotation. Zai
First
going
blood.
to get ran down.
Oh!
Can he get out of
DJ's
there,
coming
though?
back in.
They're trying to do it. The turnaround. There's the nightmare afterwards. The beatdown onto Zai. Looking for him in the trees. And one more punch. No! Instead, DJ almost dropping down.
The
Zai
balls.
moves over with the spirits trying to find that
he's
kill.
so
But
low.
one more punch. He gets in too close. And DJ going to draw first blood.
After all that, DJ gets the courier and then first blood on Zai. He'll dance his way back to the fountain. Unbelievable.
That was sick.
Oh, man, Jabs is just making the most of this Nature's Prophet, right? Like, and this is what you have to do. When you play this as a support, you need all these early plays. You have to do all the little things because, you know, Nature's Prophet, it reminds me a lot of, like, Invoker where, you know, you probably always could have played every single fight better. I feel like Nature's Prophet, just by having this benefit of global teleportation, you probably could have played every single interaction in the entire game a little bit better based on those little tiny decisions you make, right? Like denying runes, getting up top to help out on little ganks, blocking out camps and pulls. It just gives you so much potential that it can be a lot of pressure.
Exactly. Incredibly high ceiling, skill ceiling on this hero. And, well, now
Up top, they missed the swashbuckle on the Raven.
Yeah,
Oh, this could have been death, I think, if he hit that.
Death's down bottom, actually. That's the other one. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he got a little
Could have
bit
been
close
a
there.
death.
Okay, gotcha. It was a joke. It was
Yeah,
bad.
no, 9. Yeah.
Nisha gonna move up here and try and take down that tier 1 tower,
Puppy's
and
dead.
immediately they head out. Chuen moves down bottom afterwards as well as they killed off Puppy. And gonna take his courier also. Oh, no mercy.
Top tower is under attack.
But the pressure going to be mounted. This is the normal thing that we see, the trade-off of each. And Zai, unfortunately to her team secret, just a little ways away from level 6. Otherwise, they maybe could have mounted a defensive down here.
Oh, they're very busy up top, though, so they'll be able to take that down. And this is the terrifying aspect, is that you have a core IO with a core DK, and like this is an extremely tanky duo. What are you going to do when there's a mech and a Holy Locket here?
Oh, a little bit of crying, maybe.
Oh, the chip vest, too? Oh, that's for Fnatic. Oh, they got it as well. We got double chip vest.
DJ, we've seen this story before, but it's going to end differently this time. So Matumba Man takes down the Bane, 8 minutes, and only 3 kills.
This is sick, though. Look where they are with a Sven. They're in your jungle for a Terrorblade, right? And this is the classic play you want to do versus a Terrorblade. It's a lot like an Alchemist, but it feels at least viable and a lot easier to do. You actually invade. You take away the stacks. And Terrorblade not really able to punish or play into you unless you get some sick setup for the meta damage. There is an Arcane Rune, though, on Chuen, so could maybe go for a play.
We'll be sort of curious where they prioritize their pressure, and it looks like Raven with meta back up 3 points in it is going to try and get some movement on towards
they
mid,
have
and
Ravage.
actually onto Nisha right away. No armor left as they move on in with a gush, and yet that did not feel like a tanky DK.
No, and this is the big play as a Tidehunter, right? The threat of Ravage. You can't just like TP in there and try and save Nisha. You know he's tanky, and you know there's a good chance he'll make it there in time, but the big scary Fishman.
Coming online, and now Yapsor also going to get caught, has the pullback afterwards. Big old jump down for the kill.
Where did he go?
I mean, I don't know why they're walking in like this. There's a ward back behind the tower, and Fnatic, they'll say, all right, we'll take your kills, we'll take your tower, we'll take the lead. 2K gold up.
Oh, DJ snuck back there and got that ward down. Very well done there on the Bane. Probably going to get dewarded, and yeah, there it goes. But hey, it served its purpose, right? You got the tower.
Yes. And now another move down towards bottom as they just keep the train rolling. Relocate comes in afterwards, though. They want to break this one up. The Ravage a little bit too early, but they will kill off Puppy, and afterwards the Sun. Death doesn't have the mana for the TP,
no.
but the walk away. And it looks like with that, they're going to be able to get out of there. On the other side of the map, Matumba Man just ran in and killed off Jabs. So back and forth we go, and now Chuen has to be a little bit careful. He zipped into that
Oh, he's
one, and
waving
now
at him.
trying to zip away. He's down very low. If he's able to get out of here, this is good, but I don't think it's enough space created. Chuan just dies.
They even lost the raindrop there, too.
Oh,
Couldn't get
man.
out. The real pain.
And there was a regen as well.
Oh, yes.
God, imagine what could have been.
Losing runes of Storm Spirit. It's a sad life.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
All right, so some quick answers back here from Secret then between the kills on bottom and the top and then right through the mid lane, too. And now they're pressuring these towers, and they know there's no Ravage. That threat is now gone, which I have to say, a bit of a worrying Ravage down bottom, I think, just for a kill on a support.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
They still have some good room for Raven to farm. They weren't able to, on Fnatic, get that much pressure for that bottom tier 2 tower. As Yapster's going to head off to the side and try and get out of there. Almost level 6 for
Death,
him.
Though. He's in trouble. They did pop the stun right away, but he has no TP.
Yeah, they have Glimpse also,
Yeah.
and yeah, he is going to fall. So another kill by Secret, and well, maybe, yeah,
Eventually,
surely.
yeah.
Meanwhile, found Zai in the jungle, so both offlaners going down. Julian and GJ making the move. Back and forth we go across the map. These little skirmishes that keep on happening. I mean, that is one thing to sort of keep in mind, is that Secret have some great catch potential with the 4 points and Glimpse, and obviously if you find the DK, that single target lockdown, and then likewise the Bane and then the global potential that each team has.
And you can see this vision that DJ's trying to get rid of here, as there are a lot of wards in both of their jungles, both their Ancients and their top. What Jabs has been doing has been very interesting. He's sitting in the dead lane up top, he's catching the waves as they come into the tower, and then he's forming this barricade wall of Treants to try and push out Matu and give back some of this jungle space to Raven. He just wants to make it so that, Matu is aware that they have full vision on him. And look at that, the nice plays, sending the Treants in. That is insane.
Oh, he almost denied the bounty rune too.
All right, that would have been full disaster. He did deny an illusion rune, though.
Wait, they just smoked in front of the Treants. Oh, Puppy's upset. He saw that. They know that this smoke is scouted. He pinged immediately the area, and now Fnatic just going to back out. Jab's doing a lot on this NP.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Again, though, you have to do this on this hero to make it worth it, right?
Absolutely.
Because there's a lot of things that you're lacking compared to other heroes. It's more about that brain power. So Jab's 5 heading his way through this one.
At various points throughout this past year, it's felt like he's been the most valuable player. Think back to some of those amazing performances he had. A clockwork game where he's able to pick up a rapier at the last second and end that series. Well,
I mean, you got to be confident as hell to take position 4 away from DJ.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that they're
true.
sharing some of this load and stuff, but he is walk the walk. He's backed up all that talk that we've heard about in terms of
Wait a minute, though. We found, speaking of DJ,
Nice
Nightmares himself tries to back away, but will eventually go down. Death has Ravage available. Does he pop it? Keeps on getting interrupted. The Ravage finally comes out. Raven trying to bring down one. Nisha in some trouble as the right clicks come through, and now Matumba Man nowhere left to go. Reflection done.
That hood on Death coming
Wow.
through in the clutch right at the end in combination with a chipped vest. Just tanky enough to get through everything and pop off that Ravage. Much needed to reset that fight. Taking down Nisha and Matu.
This is Zai. I mean, he had 20 stacks of the Holy Locket, and they still couldn't keep these heroes alive throughout the course of that fight. I mean, this is supposed to be a window. I mean,
It really is.
I feel like Io should be pretty strong, but even before Terrorblade really gets fully online, just having the Dragon Lances looks like it's enough to fight.
Yeah, you're expecting this to be a game where Fnatic are forced into fighting under their towers and stuff because there's pressure from a DK and an IO, but instead they're actually invading, taking some space away from Team Secret, and Secret kind of respecting that. Yeah, again, they're never coming back.
Yeah.
You lost them.
I mean, that's probably a good portion of the net worth. Look at Matumba Man. He comes back in to farm these, and the Treants keep on blocking it out.
If they sentry this, I'm just going to lose it. If they come over trying to get a D ward, oh, they blocked our camps, guys. Oh, Treant just wanders back in. Yeah, maybe that's why Nisha went Midas, It's just he's saving it from when he rolls up to an ancient camp and there's a Treant sitting in, and he's like, ah!
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Another smoke up. They're going to head over this direction. But in the meantime, Matumba Man, because there weren't any Ancients to farm,
it's the
he
DJ
had to
classic.
go there.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Chuan getting chased down. He might die for this one. Do they find the stun in time? Can't quite get there. Jabs, they're taking this down on the other side of the map. They will lose DJ.
Yeah, so what happened was that they were smoking towards bottom, and DJ popped the smoke. Yeah, they're going back in.
That's 3 rounds
And look,
in a row.
he's got one on the bounty rune, too.
Jabs is a monster on this Nature's Prophet.
Yeah, so DJ actually intentionally popped a smoke, and when that smoke popped, that's when they tried to go top to make the save play, too. And then they still ended up, of course, losing Matu, who is now just back on that wave top again. Visiting his own grave.
This is unbelievable. And again, like, so you look at all of those situations, the net worth differential that's existing, and then on top of that, the fact that Matumbo Man has to go farm these more dangerous areas.
Free Orchid kill onto Yap. That just gone. They were smoking bottom. DJ was trying to lead with the arrow there to come down and push this tower. And Nisha, already having popped the ultimate, could be in a weakened state here.
Yeah, they have to change it.
Oh, 16 minutes. Is the Treant going to make it there in time? Oh, yeah, don't worry. He's got it. Oh, my God. When's the last time these Ancients actually spawned?
Literally.
Oh, wait, hurry. Hurry. Oh, it's a race against the clock. Oh,
Dude,
he's
he's
so
gonna get
good.
there again.
Oh, wait, no, you missed the camp.
Oh.
Ah, boo. Boo.
What a scrub. No,
Yeah,
come on
terrible.
now.
Can you imagine?
He is he is single-handedly responsible for this 3K gold lead.
Yeah.
Like, just those moves right there of blocking the camps with the Treants.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
All right, well, your bottom tower is under attack. Their top tower is under attack.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
See if anyone is going to get the full finish on the tier 2s. And yeah, it'll very quickly be Fnatic who grabs one. Stack Storm down.
Good. Backs away, looking for the glimpse now maybe. They pull back one. It's on to DJ.
Not the one they wanted.
No. Able to dodge again. In the meantime, the tier 2 tower gets taken. They can take out this outpost again.
They're going to go.
So inclined as well.
They're going to go Roche.
I mean, you gotta do something.
Yeah, they need something that Fnatic can't do. They can't farm their Ancients. Oh, they actually. The Ancients are going to. Oh my God, they're coming again.
Yeah.
How is he always on this timer? Oh no, he's not going to make it again, is he?
Yeah, he is.
Oh my God.
He's literally there again.
I don't care about anything else in this game except seeing these
And
Ancients
the
ever spawn.
Treants scout out that Roche is there. They're looking to jump into this one maybe. Is it going to fall quickly enough? TPing in the
Oh,
big
you're
jump!
kidding me.
Chuan! What? Oh my God, are
Okay,
you
all right,
kidding
I'm done.
me?
I'm done.
Chuan, you monster! Dude, this is the most tilting game for Secret I've ever seen. Can you imagine? Matumbo Man, you pop God's Strength, you want to hit Ancients, and they keep on just spamming lines and blocking them out with Treants. Unreal.
Who does a drive-by snatch in the TI group stage?
That was nuts. Can we gotta get a replay of that one right here.
The worst part is that we just have to give all the credit to Jabs again because he scouted it out.
He did.
I'm trying to credit other people, but look at that little Treant comes in. It's like, yeah, well, I'm just blocking your Ancients. What are you guys doing? Oh, hey. Woo!
As it
Dude,
died.
and Yasser's trying to cover it with the Rolling Thunder. How many heroes are able to make that play?
And he got it. He got the kill, too.
It's just like,
what?
yeah, we can't even call it a snatch. That's the worst part.
Yeah.
It's like, excuse me, that is actually my Roche and my Aegis.
Oh, man. Unreal. And these Ancients still not spawning.
Never again. Matsu doesn't even come back.
Yeah, he's like, I'm done with this game. Get me out of here.
Dire's
18
top
minutes,
tower is
5,000
under
gold lead. And listen, no matter what happens in this game, Nature's Prophet is being banned first phase game
attack.
2.
Radiant's middle
No
tower
question.
I would agree. Oh, well, speaking of the devil here, he's coming back in, thinking about a little TP.
Absolutely. It's over.
He just comes to the Ancients. Ah, my home.
This is where you go. It's like migration.
Look at him scouting with the Treants, too, putting them in behind that tower like that up top, trying to see if anyone's coming through, and they're actually just going to TP out. They're going to group up and smoke by the looks of it here on
okay.
Secret. Either that or just like fan out and look for wards, as they will again find one up on this pillar.
Nisha, right there in front of them. The jump comes, the pullback is there. Do they have enough damage? Just not very tanky with the Midas BKB. It's not enough. Falls down dead yet again, and now the tier 2 tower are going to be claimed if they want to.
And the thing is, Yapstar was like 300 gold away from that Blink Dagger too, right?
Yeah.
And part of that comes down to, again, the lack of net worth on your cores. They're taking some of those more dangerous waves, right? Like, that's why Matu's dying. The player who usually gets those waves is Yapstar.
Yes.
Everyone, you know, it bleeds down, right? It hurts those at the bottom. There is actually no trickle-down effect, it turns out, because those carries, once they lose their Ancients, they just kind of stop the flood. They just take all the gold that they can find.
Too true. So the Terrorblade now, both Raven and Chuan are top net worths in this game.
Oh, he's going in again. He's
And
got
the
this
big
Aegis.
Jump, looking for Matumbo Man. Jabs there afterwards. They do go for the relocate away. But here's the thing that's frustrating. This is not a position for Io. This is the 3 that's going to end up falling right now.
And the way they play that too, right? You might think like, why aren't they jumping on the Io? But like, if you orchid the Io, then there's a chance that like the Sven stuns you and you still manage to get off like some sort of a saving relocate play after. If you just focus on the Sven and force the relocate, you're getting the core hero anyway.
Exactly.
He's coming back.
No problem. Well, continuing to build the lead, Fnatic, I will say that it doesn't feel like most of the things that have happened have been a natural extension of just having those Ancients blocked and then, you know, Secret being forced to go into some weird moves. It doesn't feel like Fnatic have had to make that like big aggressive play themselves yet. The game's kind of playing itself. Do you think they need to get anything done with the Sages?
You gotta watch the Ancients though. It might die first. It's gonna be close.
We'll watch that one,
4,
but also a kill.
3. No, there's no time. The Ancients.
The Ancients.
Oh, they died first! It was too late!
Not perfectly timed.
See, aren't you glad that you watched that instead of someone maybe dying?
They're pinging. They're like,
yeah,
wow,
they're stop them! Get them away from the Ancients!
Oh, they're going to come kill him anyway.
They're going to kill him!
From downtown, they jump on top of him and get the finish. Wow.
Look at the confidence from Jabs. He just TP's right in behind that tower.
He does not care. He is taunting in the ulti. No fears. Oh, Chun has to be careful about a glimpse back. No. Timing is off. Won't pull him back into the base by now. But nonetheless, the pressure is being mounted. Fnatic, one of the 2 teams from Southeast Asia, hoping to move forward and represent their region along with T1. They've both had some pretty big revitalizations over the past couple of days. Feels like they're starting to find their form. See if they can keep it up here.
I feel like I haven't talked about Raven this entire game, and I feel like he's just been chilling, right? Like, what does he have to do? I mean, he had some great plays. He showed up with his metas and stuff when it was needed, but other than that, it just feels like this chaos from his teammates is just giving him everything he wants on this map, and now well on his way to a Scotty. He's nearly there.
All right, Secret. No slouches, not ones to roll over if things get messy. But they're going to smoke out as 5. And Raven already on the other side of the map. They saw Jabs down here, but
it's not who they want, though, is it?
Like, I mean, secretly they might.
Mentally, you know, it could be a good morale boost to kill him. As we do have, of course, Matsu has the buff, right? He's got the big swings thanks to the shard on Puppey. Part of the strat here, I'm sure.
But they're just going to say, all right, we're going to finally get some farm on these Ancient creeps for our carry. It's been too long.
Death coming in here.
Oh, DJ in the area, pulls in onto 1, trying to find that kill, but the roll back and forth. Pushes down to the low ground, though. The stun comes afterwards. Can they control? Puppey, right clicks, come through. Be able to get that Fiend's Grip, but afterwards broken. Now Matumba Man backs away. Zai off to the side. The pull in, the Ravage. It's going to connect. They try to get him out, but it's not going to happen. Zai under control, still sitting there. Mech unused. They can't do it. And another fight won by Fnatic.
Oh, great timing on that Ravage. And of course, that's Death coming back in from the glimpse out of the fight.
Yeah.
TP to that tier 2, but he wasn't actually that far away. He was only the tier 1 mid. Could have been an intentional like force out of the glimpse like that. Sometimes you'll see players do that. And, oh yeah, Apsar.
They got him.
Yeah, I thought you were getting out of this one, but not so much here.
Chase down, and one more punch does the job. Fnatic, they came to play on this day 4. They are looking to close this one out and go into that main event with a hot streak. On the other side, Secret, you know, you got to be careful here. You lose this series, it's kind of okay, but I think next up they're facing Vici, if I'm not mistaken, and you know, if that happens, suddenly the upper bracket could get away from them.
Yep, and you know what's really interesting too is Death, like, he's so farmed this game because of the way that they played and everything, and Puppey going for this shard, he's going for Solar Crest Nest. He's not going to have an egg, so in terms of Disruptor versus Tidehunter, that counter does not exist in this game. Yeah. Right? He has BKB, and if you're not going to commit for the Aghanim Scepter, then you've lost out on this potential from your draft. Instead, they're trying to use it offensively to try and boost up Matu's game, probably because his game's gone so poorly. Like, you know, your Sven needs to be ahead.
Yes.
That's a matter of being even. He's supposed to be like 2K gold up right now.
But it does end up coming at the cost of, you know, like you said, Death having this completely free game to do what he wants.
Radiant's top tower is
So
under
we'll
attack.
see what ends up happening now, but right at this moment, you can kind of tell the entire map, at the exception of the Radiant jungle, blocked out. And man, look at the vision that they're sort of taking and sending into this area just to ensure that there's safe places for Matumbaman to farm. They have to get the Sven big to be able to try and counter what Raven's doing on this Terrorblade. But Scotty done for Raven, and with 30 seconds until Roche is going to respawn, a relatively short one, this could be a quick move into the pit for Fnatic.
I do love how Jab's just waddling around on this map, by the way, with his Vanguard. Like, he's so slow. Look at him go.
It's true.
It's like, I teleport. I don't need boots.
Just a random Vanguard and going into Shiva's next. What a monster.
It's got the value. Very good game for it, that's for sure. But yeah, it should just be next Roche. You said 3 seconds, and that should catch it there. So they'll be well aware when that pops.
And there it is.
Death gonna run into Roche here, perhaps, if he wanders on over here. How fast can they Roche? Pretty damn fast. Yeah, I think they're good.
Did they realize it, though? They should. Maybe they thought that the Remnant popped afterwards, but yeah. Chuan? Oh, do you check? Well, this is a little scary. I mean, obviously, if you try and force a fight right now, then you can end up losing out on Roche if Secret win that engagement. But it feels like Fnatic are just comfortable waiting for Roche and don't need to pressure the tempo that much. But they're going to go for a fight. Oh my god. Dude, he's just a bully. What a guy. This guy snatches an Aegis, runs around, just kills a bunch of people. Jab's able to secure that kill at the end with the ulti.
It's always frightening in these kind of games versus a team like Team Secret because you know that they have this experience and they have a lot of good backlog knowledge of how to come back in a game like this.
Right. And they've done it before.
They have done it before. This game is particularly difficult, though, because of so many reasons. Number one, probably because of the vision game, just because of Jabs. That really hurts you, right? You've seen them burning through these smokes because the only way they can make an aggressive play is smoking because you're going to run into treants at some point because of the way the Jabs is using them. The second thing is that they've gone for a two-core lineup, right? Yes. They have sacrificed the hell out of Zai, and that can be great when you have two heroes that are just giant. Like you could have expected in a game like this, but because they weren't allowed to get any farm on this DK and this Sven, now you just have two weaker cores. You're just straight up down a core at this point. I mean, Jabs is ahead of Zai. And in that regard, they essentially have 4 cores on the side of Fnatic.
And 4 is better than 2, more often than not.
Unless you're golfing.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, next round of items coming out here as the Aegis and Shard is picked up, and TB very, very large. I think that's, oh, the Tidehunter Shard too, so you can become a Tower Sieger.
Oh, I love that Shard. It is so good.
Radiant's middle
And plus,
tower
it's
is
an IL
under
+1,
attack.
right? You know?
Yeah.
Multiple heroes in the Anchor Smash, that's value.
Super value. Raven gonna push out this wave. They get back together. There's a DD rune up top, and this might be time to go now, finally, for Fnatic. Who do they
Dire
find?
are scanning.
Smoke up. Running down to the south is Matumbaman, and Dire scanning, looking for somebody. Not finding it, though.
They'll just come take the outpost back.
Absolutely. Secret, what's their play? I feel like it really just feels like they can only sit here and wait for high ground and hope for a mess up from Fnatic.
Yeah. How do you kill Raven?
Is this a mess up right here? DJ gets jumped on right at the start. Secret, all it takes is a second. Jump forward, jump back. Chuan already used a lot of mana here. They have to be careful about their movement. They bought back on Bane and are ready to go again. With no Static Storm and no Rolling Thunder, Fnatic, they're ready to go.
Well, not Jabs, though. He's actually farming Aegis trying to finish his Shiva's guard. He's 200 gold away.
What, are you kidding
No,
me?
I'm dead serious. He doesn't want to come yet. Can you guys kill that tower?
Yeah.
Please? Hurry up.
Take care of that.
I want my item.
They chase down. Nisha ready. Stun there. Matumbaman trying to beat him down. The jump for the backlines. Hoping to find Zai. They were able to get him. BKB out. They buy back now on the Tide. That has been used, though.
Jabs is still farming.
Literally AFK
He's got
farming.
it. He's got it. I'm coming, guys.
The classic pub experience right now.
Death and DJ have bought back already. But Jabs is now ready to contribute.
Fnatic heads in. There's the pull. They found Nisha. Jumps the backlines. Jabs immediately into very low
No,
HP.
the Shivas.
Oh my god, are they going to
He's
sunder
fine.
him? No, they're not going to sunder, but the turn. Able to get the relocate out last second, but he still ends up dying.
Under attack.
Chuan, wait, what? Where did they die? Oh
in the
my
fountain.
god. In the fountain, they managed to find the kill.
The Orchid Soul Soulburn got him for 547.
And we're still getting the Fiend's Grip.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
That's pure damage, baby.
Unreal. Roll back through. Static Storm combo yet again. Do they have enough to bring him down, though? Raven is there. Has
2
the
seconds,
Sunder
Sunder.
back up into the turn for the kill. Fnatic, they came to play on this day number 4 and are looking solid in this one. The IO buyback. Will it be enough? Raven down low. Still has the Aegis afterwards. Who cares? It's just going to Sunder up DJ. And now the Treants will spawn. The buildings will fall. And Fnatic looking to go up here.
Yeah, Chuan's Ags, when that gets delivered, I think that's the final stroke. I don't think you can fight Storm Ags at this point.
Like, have another buyback.
He's so confident right now. But look how low he looks like he's the one with the Aegis.
Chaps ends up dying. Falls apart right there towards the end. And Fnatic, with that, are actually going to respect the potential. And they're going to try and head out of their death. A bold TP.
Yeah.
And in the end, will be brought down. So it does look like Secret able to hold on.
Middle barracks are under attack.
2 racks down. 17,000 gold after 1 billion buybacks from Secret.
Yeah, that was a classic, like, oh, they're probably just going to GG. So
Right.
they may have lost someone for nothing, but that's fine. It's not going to matter in the end. Well, more than likely. You never know. Perhaps Secret will be able to find that comeback. But I think Fnatic just looking so strong in the next team fight. Again, like, Ravage and Stormags versus these heroes, that's a very dangerous combination. Like, if he catches these BKBs down.
Right. Well, and the plus side, too, for Secret is that you also are about to run out on the Aegis for Terrorblade.
Yeah.
So that does open up some possibilities here, but like you said, it's really hard to imagine fighting into that big wombo combo that we see from the Tide and the Storm. Zai, in the meantime, finishing that Glimmer Cape and the mech, and Nisha is starting to slap.
Yeah, they did give up a tower because of that.
Yeah.
This is completely free.
His middle tower has fallen.
Of course, I say that, I feel like Chuan's just like, someone's holding them back right now.
Yeah.
He's like, yo, didn't you see? I stole that Aegis, guys. Come on.
You know
I
how
can
good I
do
am?
this. Yeah, I did.
Pushes out these side lanes again with jabs on this Nature's Prophet. And we are 3 minutes away from Roche being able to respawn. Still, you do have to think about what happens as this Dragon Knight gets more and more farmed. Like you talked about, the 4 cores that Fnatic have. The IO does kind of turn these heroes into super carries. And I think that Dragon Knight is one of those that's perpetually underrated how strong it can be if you actually get items.
Well,
on
especially
PK.
the Ags, right? Which theoretically, we're going to third Roche,
Oh, that's a good point.
right? We might have something there.
There's a possibility if they can win a fight. But that's going to be the hard part, right? Is winning that fight.
True.
Puppy, after going in for the Aghanim Shard, is queuing up the Scepter and is, what, 1,400 gold away from this one at this point? Could be a nice pickup. Make all the difference in the world.
He has found a ton of gold, actually. That is crazy. I mean, clearly they're prioritizing him and giving him a lot of space, and he's one of the better heroes at this point in pushing up the waves because he has max Thunderstrike and the talent.
Wait a minute, though. Fnatic smoked up as well. Looking for a fight over here. Matumba Man, the one that's going to break it. Or
Watch
maybe
this
it's
Linken's
Zai.
on
Gotta be
Chuan.
careful. Looking for the jump. Death finds an opening. They pull back onto 2. Ravage afterwards, but they have Io nearby. Can he keep him alive? No, he got Nightmare. Oh, DJ, what a play. The interrupt before the relocate could come out, and now they follow for more. 6 stuff from the squad. Fnatic found the out that Secret had, and they put a sock in it. Now looking for more afterwards. Fnatic with no buyback. They have the Fiend's Grip from far away. Nisha gets chased down, but will go invis. That Glimmer Cape keeping him survivable. Eyes on the prize. Fnatic focus back towards the tier 4 towers, or going for the racks. Really well played by Fnatic in that last engagement.
Jabs us back, and look at the army.
Yeah, he's here.
Got a couple of the greater treants in there, too. Taking things down with the Shard. And that is Megas.
And, I mean, again, just like the individual effort from each of these players of Fnatic, they jump on one side, and DJ having that presence of mind to find the IO and interrupt that relocate.
And also just, like, Death being so confident, just, like, jump with the Ravage, right? Because that's all you need. Once you have Storm Ags, just, if you catch me without BKB, just Ravage. Like, 2 heroes is just so game-winning at this point. they know that those bigger heroes too, like the Sven and the DK, are going to be spending out every time. They're not going to keep buyback because there's so much pressure on them to have a really high damage value right now. Plus, they're both transformation heroes. You have God Strength and you have Dragon Form. They're not buyback heroes, right?
Yeah,
it's a one and done. If they are there without BKB, you ravage them.
16,000 gold lead, and Roche going to be a 2-minute long respawn, which will allow all abilities to come back up again. So maybe that gives you enough time for Puppey to finish off the Aghanim Scepter. Still 900 gold away, just about. And with this Philosopher's Stone, you know, it's putting in work. See if you can get there or not. But even with the Ags, it's sort of going to require a
it's tough.
Pretty big flub from Fnatic for them to win.
I feel like, yeah, I mean, it's megas. Like, I feel like it would have to be like some crazy like blink eggs where like they don't even think there's a chance that it's happening, so they're clumped up, and maybe you catch like 3 or 4 of them or something, and Sven's just wailing away. But you know, they have the heroes. It's not completely over.
Let's see if they can do it. Still that minute away, and Secret just gotta sit back and think about the sins of the past.
If you do manage to lose this game as Fnatic, that 5% chance becomes much higher just due to morale, I feel like.
Right, that's true.
I feel like Fnatic just I feel like they're respecting Secret a lot, which, you know, I would say is a good sign right now.
Absolutely.
Because they're giving very few opportunities for Secret to get back into this one. They're not, they made that one perhaps a little bit too long in the mid lane, but that's fine. Other than that, very chill play, patiently waiting for Roche, keeping an eye on it with the trance. Now, to Secret's credit, they have a ward over there too. So they'll probably see some movement near the pit when it's actually happening. We might get a fight there thanks to the relocate.
True enough. I will also say that I mentioned this earlier. I don't see a world where Jabs doesn't get banned out on Nature's Prophet for Game 2. I mean, to be fair, though,
seems too frustrating.
It is a puppy situation. Puppey has, you know,
that's true in 2 ways. Number 1, maybe Puppey wants to play it. Number 2, the stubbornness.
Yeah,
I assume is what you mean.
The stubbornness about, like, you know, strong beliefs on the draft. And I mean, when you're right, you win everything, and when you're wrong, it can, you know, look a little bit crazy to people on the outside looking in. But there's a reason he is the only pro player to have been to every TI. Trying to continue that streak here if they can pull this one back. But Fnatic looking in control, complete control of this one, with the refresher shard soon to be on death. Which is, I'm assuming, where we're going to see this. No, Death just walks away. He doesn't want it. They don't want anything.
No, no cares. Yeah, you don't want cheese? No? Okay.
Perfect. All right, Secret. Can you hold? What's the perfect fight look like, Trent?
For Team Secret, the perfect fight.
Axe, by the way. Axe Puppey.
It's happening.
Yeah.
It's possible. I mean, it's got to be the Storm and the TB. I mean, TB has Aegis, so we kind of ignore TB. Maybe TB just like tries to siege without meta and then loses Aegis. That could be nice, right? That happens sometimes. You know, they're just sitting there like holding until after. Same with the BKB, and then you catch him with the Ags on the summon. That would be a good start. They have to be unsuspecting of the Ags, and Puppey's covering that right now, right? He's smoked up with the Ninja Gear. Perfect item in this exact scenario. He does not want them to know that it's readying up.
Ninja Gear action. And will Fnatic give them an opportunity, or are they just going to run it on in and take the buildings, all of them, all at once?
I feel like
steady.
Chuen's going to bail out with a zip.
Jumps in, pulls for one.
Like
Can they find an opening? The roll through. Wants to get this kill onto Storm. There it is. No BKB reaction. The control is there. Death, but with the follow-up and the BKB, it's going to be enough.
Oh, he bought back.
They turn around, looking for more now. The jump out. Jabs trying to TP away.
Oh, it's a long jump.
Able to get out of there and jump from long range. Pulls back onto 2. Zai trying to get that relocate, but they're able to interrupt. Nice combination, comes out with that refresher, and, well, looking for any more. Nisha ends up falling. Matumba Men, the last one, well, no, with the reload, or the buyback, they might be able to do something more here, but there's no God strength. It's just so hard.
Yeah, they're scared, though.
The stun.
They're running.
The chase down, the couple of punches. They're able to find the kill. Sunder afterwards to get a little bit of a retreat away. So they did also lose Jabs in all of that again.
Yeah. That was a nice static turn to start things off there to force that first death on the Storm Spirit and then get him into the buyback. And the Giant Zip, what a classic Storm play. Zipping from the outpost, and you get there with no mana.
Yeah, that was a little dubious. So just like that, we end up in a very close situation.
I didn't get a fight recap. I was curious.
Are scanning.
Oh, nice. Quite a big gain there, even with 3 buybacks.
Absolutely. Oh, and there we go. DJ
My
just
bad.
drops.
I'll take the blame on that one.
Oh, no blame. There's no blame. Nobody
They
saw
got a
it.
gem out of that, too. Well, that was the problem, is that nobody saw it. You see, see, nobody saw the kill because I was making
Got
you
it.
do stuff. Oh, we can replay it.
Oh,
We
there
can
it is.
replay it. Boom. Technology.
Big replay.
So this is that initial static storm coming through. As you get great blink from Yapsor there to get him stuck inside the static storm in the first place. Boom. That's like step number 1 in the fight, right? Death had the Ravage, but Matu with a good timing on the BKB. Then you can see this buyback TB to the outpost on the mini map at the bottom of your screen. Look at this step. Woo! Does a little like 180 halfway through there. Then pops the refresher, I believe. Yeah, right there for the second pull, which is pretty cool. Gets the second damage there, but then they couldn't finish because then you're kind of out of resources as Storm.
Yeah, it got a little bit funky in the end. Again, this situation where you dive in that quickly, you need to be able to find those kills and then transfer that into actual building damage, and it didn't end up happening. Raven still has a minute and a half left on this Aegis. Meta ready to go for a round 2.
Oh.
See if Fnatic want to make it happen. But again, you lose heroes at this point. The buyback status becomes a problem.
Raven just got the tome as well for the 25, so he's the plus 20 on the Metamorphosis duration. Not the Sunder cooldown.
Interesting. Well, do they opt to go again with this Aegis? They're going to smoke up, and it looks
Dude.
like they're heading in.
Look at Yapsor. He's so ready for this right now. He's actually preparing for this sort of a play, wondering like where they're going to be smoking and everything, and if they show up, he can just TP out.
I mean, I think they're just running it down mid, right? Oh, no. Puppy showing on the lane. This is a huge kill if they can get him.
They don't want to jump that early, though. And look, they have the treants. They kind of know this is bait.
Oh, man. Through the side. Jabs ready to jump on the back line.
Matu's
Who do they
BKB.
find? There it is. They find one with the Fiend's Grip, able to take down Matu on the other side. Oh, it's so much control and not a whole hell of a lot of answers. Oh, Zai trying to keep Nisha alive. The turnaround with the Static Storm might be enough to take down Death. They actually pull back in one. That's on Jabs, but it's not enough for the kill.
It's so tough.
It's an incredibly hard fight for Secret to take, and Fnatic, after killing Matumba Man, having no buyback on him,
Yep.
they're going to focus down these buildings, and a long duration meta should enable them to slowly but steadily whittle this down.
They knew all that matters is Matu's BKB, so they just jumped him right away. He didn't get off in time. Fight's done.
Jump in afterwards, the pullback, Chuan able to focus one, Yapsor starting to drop down the other, and with that, GG is called. Fnatic taking game number 1.
42 minutes.
I mean, this starts to raise some interesting questions from the groups. I think a lot of people just expected Secret to come in here and close this.